Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I am going to be working on another hinge journal. So I know this isn't super exciting, so we just did this, but that's kind of where I'm at until Christmas. So I mean, I won't just do that because I have some other things planned, but some days will just kind of be like this, so I apologize. But I think I finally have the camera figured out. Sorry about the focusing issue yesterday. I just, it was all new to me, and so it was just working out some kinks there. So I have torn down some pages, and let me tell you what size roughly. And this doesn't matter. Again, you can make these any size you want. You could make them bigger or smaller or whatever. It's roughly 6 by 4 is that page. Some of the pages are a tiny bit wider. Some are shorter, longer, just within that size range basically is what it comes down to. Okay, so I mentioned earlier in the week that I had a coronavirus test, and you'll never believe my story. Well, you probably will, because if you know anything about me, this is my life in a nutshell. I got the results back this morning. No results, because here's the story. I went to have my coronavirus test done, and I'm not going to say any names of any facilities because, yeah. Anyway, and there was no sticker or anything on the vial. And so I went back to talk to somebody to say, hey, I need to label this vial, the little tube, and I have no way of doing that because, oh, I thought these were going to be big enough, but they're not tall enough. Is this one? I have no way of doing that because this tube has nothing on it that I can label. And so I said all I have is like a Bic pen, just a regular writing pen, and I can't write on the tube because it's hard, clear plastic. And so for one thing, the person who was inside the little building in the window tried to give me another Bic pen, essentially, and I said, that won't work on there because it's hard plastic, and he said, try it again. And so I took the pen and I just kind of tried to scribble on the side, and obviously it wouldn't work because it's not the right kind of pen. And mind you, this is a facility that I know there are Sharpies inside, but I can't go inside because I am being tested for coronavirus, right? So then much talking goes on between all the people in there, and he comes back and he says, it's fine, just put your paperwork with the tube, and that works. And I'm like, okay. So I put my paperwork with the tube, which kind of knowing that this wasn't going to work, but I honestly had in my car, I had nothing to write on this tube with. So I thought they would come out, get the tube, and, put a sticker or something on it, or write on it, or whatever. But I got my results back with, we cannot run the test because the tube was not labeled. So luckily, I am feeling fine. Thank goodness for that. I think it was probably negative. If it was positive, it's probably too late now. Like I haven't had symptoms for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. So, I mean, I have like that little cough, but I kind of always have that. So that's not really anything new. Yeah, so that's my coronavirus story. I will never know unless I get my antibodies checked, I guess, whether I had it or didn't. I mean, like I said, I'm thinking I didn't. I think I got just some other kind of virus. But I had a fever all weekend, so yeah. Yeah. My daughter had to have a coronavirus test done as well because somebody at work had coronavirus. So I don't know. We'll see how hers comes back. But I don't know. that was so aggravating to me because they're making such a big stinking deal out of the whole thing, which it is a big deal. I mean, it kills people. So, you know, I get it is a big deal. But then stuff like that just makes me nuts because it's just incompetence. Truly and honestly, it's just incompetence. So anyway, who knows? Who knows if I had it, didn't have it, whatever. I mean, I'm fine, so, you know, that's good, but, and I wear my mask everywhere. I don't not wear my mask, so, and I really haven't gone anywhere these past days, so, but, I mean, I've run to the post office to drop off boxes, and I run in and run out with my mask on, so, like, but I don't know, it's just so aggravating. So anyway, that's my story. And yeah, so I thought I was going to use those like end pages out of books, or the pages that don't have writing on them, you know, because I did do that for this one. That's what I used. But none of these fit. So, well, this page is a tiny bit taller, I guess. Not really. Anyway, so I just used some tea-dyed paper that I had. I just like to make them double thick, and you don't have to. You could print them on a little bit thicker like cardstock and then print the back too, but I really like the texture when you put two pages together for these hinge journals, because I do like them to be a tiny bit, you know, thicker, like I've said before. So I'm going to use a piece of this green paper on one of the pages, but I want to crinkle it, so I'm sorry because I know this is going to be loud. I'll try to do it down over here. Maybe it won't be as bad. This new camera, I did notice, is kind of loud. So, but let me know what you think. I've tried to like zoom in more, and I'm hoping that, you know, it's all coming out good. It looks really good on my screen when I edit it, and like right now I can see it. But let me know if there's anything else. So yeah, that seems to be the way things go in my life. Nothing ever just works smoothly, and I'm not really sure what that's about, but anyway, aggravating. So I'm going to put more glue on this, and this is just kind of what I do. I just tear these down to whatever size I want, and it works great for scraps. Great way to use up scraps, because, you know, you can just make pages out of them, and you can use either digitals, or these are the scrapbook paper that I was using yesterday from that paper stack from Hobby Lobby, and it's called is it Midnight Noel? Midnight Noel is what it's called. And I tried to link that yesterday, but I couldn't find it anywhere, like, you know, to link it, so you just have to go to Hobby Lobby if you want that paper stack. Is about all I can say about that. I want to get rid of some of this wrinkling, but not entirely, so I'm kind of, but I do want it to obviously stick to the paper, so make sure I'm getting the edges as best I can, and I'll check it. And there is a side that's a little more shiny than the other, like, I think this side, yeah, it's a little more shiny than this side I put out, so. And I guess this sort of would be tricky to write on with the wrinkles, but I don't think it's horrible. If you get it nice and pressed down. And you could make it flatter if you wanted to, or not do the wrinkles at all. That's totally up to you. Let's make sure it's stuck. I'm going to go ahead and use a little art glitter glue. This one's almost gone. Yeah, I just really wanted, you know, to make sure I didn't have it, because the kids are going to school, and it's just so nutty. The whole thing's nutty. Like, they make such a big deal out of it, and then that stuff goes on. Sorry, I shook the whole table because I'm leaning on it. But thank you for people who have contacted me and asked if, you know, how I'm feeling. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome, wonderful friends. I really appreciate it. But I've really been fine since this weekend. I just, like I said, I just went in for a test, even though I was feeling a little better, because I just wanted to make sure. But anyhow, that's the way it goes, I guess. Ah, come on. It wants to rip out, and I don't want it to do that. So what I do when it rips away like that, I'll just ink it. I might go ahead and put another little piece down on this because that's a pretty big section, but yeah. Yeah, I wish I was one of those people that just got stuff done and it worked, and it's just so I guess this edge is going to get cut instead of torn because I can't tear it very well. Probably would have helped if I let it sit for a bit, but kind of that sort of thing. And then I'll ink it. If I tear from this side, it'd be better. Just hard to tell where the edge is. Okay. So that little bit that's white down there, I'll just ink. Because that's kind of the way the other side is too. The white comes through from the scrapbook paper. Nobody else. I mean, my son had a sore throat kind of for a day, but he's fine now. So I think we just got a virus, like just a bug, like a cold. That's what I think happened. But we'll see if anybody else gets sick. We can get tested again. And this time, yeah, so that's kind of why I wanted to tell you guys this. So if you do go get tested, make sure that your name is on the tube, regardless of what anybody in the facility that's testing you says. So take a Sharpie with you. Because otherwise you're not getting any test results. Okay, I like that. Alright, so we got a few done here. So this actually goes fairly fast. I know this is like, you know, watching paint dry and whatnot, but it's just got to get done, so that's what we're doing. So these are great to make for sure. They're kind of addicting. Like I don't even know how many I ended up making last year, probably 5 or 6 of them. But yeah, they're very fun. And it's kind of an easier way for me to do journals as far as, you know, to be able to sell them, because it's really hard for me to get very many journals done at a time, you know, the larger journals. So as you all know, I struggle with that mass production thing. I like watch Gail. I watched her for ages, and she comes back from those retreats and she's got like 8 journals done or something. It's like, how on earth? I just cannot. I just can't do it that fast. I mean, I can do like one usually roughly in about a week, just depending on what kind it is. But yeah, I can't do that many at once. She's very talented and organized. That's the thing, really, truly. She's just very organized, like over the top. So I think that helps a lot. I am not that, I mean, like I can organize for like one journal or whatever, but beyond that, it just sort of becomes crazy in here. I don't have the space either. If I had more table space, I probably could do more. I just don't. I'm going to try this again. I'm going to try, I think it would rip best from this side, just because it seems like it would. I think it's when I have to lift up the whole thing. That's when the problem comes. But I don't want, yeah, see, like this. That's going to not work. Let's see if I can do these little bitty edges. Probably not. Maybe. Yeah, did it. I don't want to put it like in the middle of the piece of paper, which would make it easier, but I can at least use those scraps of coffee dyed on the back of tags if I don't put it in the middle of the page. Oh my word. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, that did it. I'll leave the last one for another time so that you guys don't have to watch me do yet another one after this one here. Just ink this and then we'll move on to working on some of the ephemera. I'm going to use the ephemera that I made yesterday, and I made a little bit more just kind of playing around while I was watching TV. And by now you've probably seen, if you know, you watch my videos in order, the goofy video that my son made yesterday. It was actually made yesterday, but he played around with it quite a bit during the day yesterday, so it didn't get posted until today. So, but it's the cat. He got up here on my table and did not want to get off, and he just was munching the kids' hands every time they tried to like move him, and then they started playing, and you know, so as they do with that little nut brain that he is. He is such a nut brain. Okay, so I have some of these, and I thought because these are so like colorful and bright and whatever, that it would be fun. I did this too, this envelope. Oh, I forgot to, yeah, I probably won't do that right now, but because I forgot to print out something for that. I thought black and white pictures might be kind of fun to put on these, just, you know, just for something a little different. So I think I like that. And somewhere I had the Let It Snow thing, and I liked that with that. Just because, like I said, these are so bright, and I just thought these stand out really well on that because it is so colorful. This has a black border around it. This one I just found online. Some of these are from Dreamz EtCetera, and I did link that before, but I will try to remember to link it again. I don't know why I could not remember the name of that to save my life the other day. But as always, you guys came to my rescue. Well, I mean, I have her little file in my computer, but I just could not remember. It was bad. I think I'm going to just use like a coffee dyed. You know, I have a piece of coffee dyed paper that I put in my little waste basket. No, it's not big enough. So I'll just use a piece of this. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day. I didn't even say that. I apologize. But you guys are amazing and awesome and so kind. And you've been very patient with my camera situation, which I really, really appreciate because I am not very computer savvy at all. And so, I mean, my son helps me, but you know, like he's going to school and stuff. He only has so much time to fiddle around with whatever I'm working on. And so yeah, I didn't know how to make that stop doing that weird focusing thing yesterday. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we just turned off the autofocus. Oh yeah, I can't have that hanging over because it's going to cover up the opening. Duh. Just kind of wanted it. Maybe I can hang it over this side a little bit. Yeah, I think I like that. It's just cute. It's just cute baby. I don't know if it's boy or girl. It's cute. Cute baby. But yeah, it's been interesting going from my regular, I just had a regular like camcorder camera that we've had since probably around the time my daughter was born, maybe even a little bit earlier. So it was a fairly old camera to begin with. And then, so it just, you know, finally croaked out. And then using that phone with the shattered screen because I couldn't do a whole lot of adjusting or anything on the phone itself, you know, because it had a shattered screen. So we tried just not to touch it really. So it was kind of like just put it there and don't touch it. And so I don't know, I feel like I've just not been making very good videos lately, and then I wasn't feeling great and all that. So thank you for hanging in there with me because I know it's been kind of a rough ride lately. But I'm hoping now that I have this, and I think that we've figured some things out with it, that hopefully it will, you know, work out okay. And everybody can see and hear and all those good things. Yeah, stuff that I didn't even think of, like not being able to hear it on the phone, and yeah, there's just all kinds of little issues that went on. Nothing major, but that's so cute. So we need a little something to go inside of that pocket. Thinking I should just find a piece of kind of scrappy paper to use. Get that out of the way. I think I'm going to use some of this paper from Dreaming Hearts Company to make a tag, and I'll just use a piece of this page here to make a little journaling card to go in there. Sorry, I had a momentary lapse of brain power. Okay, so I need to figure out what will fit in that pocket, and I think I can pretty much tear off all the little borders, margins. So yeah, I am feeling quite a lot better today though, and yesterday I felt pretty good too. And I'm just going to have it hang out a little bit just so it's easier to grab a hold of. Okay. Struggle with where to put everything when I don't have any room. So my daughter is going to play in the BSU band on Monday. They're going to do just a little show at the college. So so the university, so that will be fun to get to actually go see her play this year. It's just been so bizarre not watching them perform at all. I mean, not at all. My son has at the football game, so that's not entirely true. I'm just saying, like, we haven't had any competitions or any of those kind of things that we normally would have by now. So it'll be fun to just go watch. She's been practicing, and she has to play piccolo now, and not flute, because they don't march flutes at the university level. And so those things, oh wow, they are so high and loud, which I know that's the point, because otherwise you can't hear those kids playing at all in a large band on the flute. And you can barely hear them with the piccolo sometimes. But man, I keep thinking that's almost an outside project. But I mean, she comes upstairs and does it in her room quite often. She played for us last night. I mean, it's awesome to hear her play. It's just, yeah, you can't miss it, that's for sure. And my son plays the cymbals, and so I'm always like, that goes outside, because that will make you jump directly out of your skin if you're not prepared. And even sometimes when I'm watching him do it, if he's in the house, it's just so darn loud that, yeah, it just makes me jump. So I love watching him play the cymbals, though, when he's marching, because they do like some cool, you know, moves and stuff with it. It's just fun. He has a good time doing that. Very fun. See, that'll be cute because it's got the birds, so when you pull it out, you'll see the birds. And we'll put a little piece of this on there. I made some little bitty envelopes. We're using my envelope punch board. So don't forget about your envelope punch boards if you have them. If not, you can make little envelopes, just simple ones, and I'll try to remember to make one real quick just to give you an example. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you already know anyway, but we do have quite a few people that are new to junk journaling, so I always like to try and, you know, make it so they know some stuff too. And I'll probably stitch around this card. Oh, that side goes even better with the coffee dye. So it's pretty light in comparison. Okay, so there's that. Do we want to add anything? I think most of my pieces are a little bit big. I don't know if I have any smaller ones. I've cut out loads of stuff again, just to kind of replenish. I mean, I had all kinds of stuff in here already, but I think that's the same size as those ones. Yeah, she's too big for that. I had a little small Tim Holtz person or persons. It might work. Oh, it's super, too tiny. I need something in between. The boy was with a ski, but he's tiny. Skis. Oh, this one's smaller. That's from Dreamz EtCetera. And here's a smaller version of the Christmas tree one. That one might work. I like that a little bit better. Yeah, and always remember, you know, you can print stuff smaller. I do forget about that every once in a while, so I'm not picking on anybody. I'm just saying, don't forget, because I forget stuff like that. I don't know if I want that. It really covers up the music, though. I think I'll just leave it the way it is. Oh, come on, pen. It ends up covering up a lot of that anyway. Okay, I need my... Okay, I think that's good once it's stitched around. Okay, and then we'll have to do something for that other pocket as well, but let's see what else we got here. So, oh, the envelopes. Let's make one of those just real quick. In case, you know, you don't have an envelope punch board, there are ways, and it's very easy, so I'll just make one out of the birds, cardinals. I'll tear the whole thing. Okay, so the only problem with this is we're going to have a directional thing happening. So I'm going to turn it upside down. Is that going to work? Yeah, okay. So if you start with it upside down and you just fold up the bottom to roughly wherever you want it. And then we don't even need this much. Let's go to about here. So these obviously are, you know, simplified and don't have the rounded edge and all that. I'm sure that you could, you know, do some of that too if you just played with it for a while, but you can either just glue up the sides or stitch up the sides. I actually am going to take this even down a little bit more because I like to have more space here so I can get whatever's in there in and out easier. So yeah, if you just do these sides up, then you've got your own little envelope. And I know it's not the same as that, but it does work as an envelope. And you can make them any size. You can make little ones, bigger ones, whatever. Okay, so there's that. Oh, let's do this card in here that's in the tea bag that we did yesterday. And this would be good for one of these kids from Dreamz EtCetera. I'm just trying to decide which way do I want him. It could be her too. She could have her hair. I think that is a skirt, so it probably is a her. Gonna keep it going to sleep. Afraid to let it go to sleep because then I don't have any way of telling how long I've been videoing. That one doesn't say how long I've been videoing, so I guess I'll just finish here in a few minutes and try to figure. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to time it. I keep using different programs because we're, you know, we've tried different things to try to get the picture right. So this will go in here, and so you can still kind of see the child through there. And then that goes on a page like this, or it could go on this side, and then you'd have a little tuck spot in there as well, because if you just glue the top and bottom, you'll have a little tuck in there. So that one's good. And let's see, I've got these itty bitty little pockets. I don't really think they need anything though. I made some tiny ones, same way that we did like these ones yesterday, just tinier. I'm gonna go ahead and ink those. So yeah, that's kind of how I do it. And then I will just do the hinges like we did last week together. And you know, one of these little envelopes might fit in that pocket. I do. I had some itty bitty ones. I don't know what I did with them. Huh. But anyway, yeah, do the hinges like we did. This is one of those read-it-on leaf flips. I actually think I'm going to put some other paper inside of that. And then, you know, you can just put your decorations in if you have them mostly done. I'm going to put a piece of this in there. And then it goes together pretty quickly if you have some stuff made already, as does any journal. It right up to the corners, so hopefully I don't have to do a whole lot of tearing. I always get the glob of glue. Push too hard on it or something. This will take a little bit of the wrinkle out. You don't want them as wrinkly as I did the other page. Make sure the edges are good. Just go ahead and cut around this. Sorry, my stomach's growling if you heard that. I ate this morning. I don't know what, who knows. Just wants to get in on the talking. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that somebody from Aiden's work ended up, I mean, I don't know why, because they work with the public, so, and they have people wear masks, but, you know, not when you're eating food, you can't wear a mask, so. But it sounds like the medications are getting better and all that, so that's good news, at least, for people. Just an unfortunate thing for sure. Kind of want something on there, but I don't know what. Oh, those are too big. Now we're going to have to go on the crazy box again. Because we're probably like, oh my gosh, no, put the box away. Too bad that guy's not smaller. I don't know if I have a smaller one, I should see. Because I love that one. Oh, this one. Nope, way too big still. Nope. funny, you see them in the box and you're like, oh yeah, that'll fit, and then nope. Oh, this guy's so cool with the snow all over him. I'm almost out of the little ones. I think I used just so many of them last year that I just don't even hardly have any now. Oh, what is that noise? Like I said, we've got so many trucks and crazy equipment coming through here all day, every day. I will be a little bit happy, not really happy, but a little bit happy for winter, just so they can stop building for a little bit. You know, that sounds crazy. Well, if the weather's nice, they'll just keep building, so who knows. I know that's horrible, but you just get tired of it after a while. Oh, she doesn't fit either. And like I mentioned, my son has gotten 2 flat tires. And all that, and that's all because of construction, you know. Oh, this one's smaller. I have her bigger size too, but that one would work. See? You just gotta persevere. And that one's a Dreamz EtCetera one. I cannot pick those up sometimes. She's very cute. She's already been inked a little bit. Thought I was going to use her somewhere else, obviously. At some point in time. Do I want a snowflake? I think these are too big. I could kind of just do part of one. I just don't like the way that looks. Let's see, what else could we use? We could use a little bit of the green paper. Just for a little something. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm going to ink this a little. Got some glue on my page right here that I'm stealing. I'm going to wrinkle it a bit. I think I will do a stamp on that. My good old December 25th one. Hopefully that will look right on there. We'll see how it looks. I don't know if you'll be able to see it once I get her on there, but oh yeah, that will work. Well, it needs to go that way a little bit. Her head kind of sticks over the edge a little bit, but we'll see if we can make it look right here. That kind of covers it, doesn't it? Oh well, it's fine. Okay, so there's a little Rita Donnelly flip, so that'll be cute. And I think that's where we'll stop today. I think I have held enough of your time and told you my story. So again, I want to thank all of you for putting up with me the last while. It has been a little bit, I know, so I want to thank you very much. And we will chat again soon. Bye-bye now.